Well, hello everybody here in Spiritual Biz Success. How are you guys today? I hope you had a fantastic holiday. So Merry Christmas to all of you. And I just thought I'd jump in here, last minute thing. I just finished up being interviewed and I was all done up. So I thought I'd be right here and come chat with you guys. So let's talk real quick about what does it mean to be a spiritual entrepreneur? Because I see this, and if you guys can see my shirt, it says Spiritual Entrepreneur right on it. I have these made up for some of my Spiritual Biz Mastery clients who go spend their time in their year-long program with me as we take them to $30,000 a month consistently and having their time back. But spiritual entrepreneurs, what does that mean to be an entrepreneur that's spiritual? Because there's this confusion, right? There's this business side of things, this left brain, masculine energy, and then we have the feminine side, this beautiful creative energy that as spiritual individuals, we love to really like nurture and bring out in ourselves. And when we go to combine the spirituality and the entrepreneurship, the business, the left and the right, the masculine and the feminine, we get a wobble sometimes and it makes it a little tough. And there's just really a lot of resistance, I find, among spiritual entrepreneurs or people who want to be spiritual entrepreneurs. And that resistance that comes in between trying to marry the masculine and the feminine energy is a tough road to go down. There's so much resistance there sometimes. So it's just something that's worth thinking about, and I want to just chat about. So as we come into 2018, and a lot of you are thinking about how am I going to take my business to the next level, and you want to get into Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, and you want to be making $10,000 a month and beyond, it's all very doable. But first, we have to get into alignment and be able to marry the left brain and the right brain side of this process to be able to create the business. So one thing that happens, and I know this may sound familiar to a lot of you, is that a lot of times we feel like we're not of this planet. We feel like we're not from here. We feel like that we have souls or we have connection with entities that are not of here, and we feel like we just don't belong on this planet. I get it. A lot of my clients feel exactly the same way. But what happens is because we're busy working in other densities and dimensions and tapping into grids and getting information, that then we but then we got to do the business side of things. And then we go, I don't really want to do the business side. I just want to help people. I just want to be spiritual and take my gifts and this information that I'm tapping into from source and other beings and being able to just present that. And here's what happens though, when we're at a disconnect with being able to serve and then being able to create a business, it gets really wobbly. And then this is when I see a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, or I'm going to call them entrepreneurs until they're actually making money with this. A lot of people out there, and you might be guilty. And if you're guilty, go ahead and put a little, yes, I'm guilty. Hey, Summer, how are you? Summer, I hope will be in our bootcamp someday very soon. But because we have these gifts and we want to create the business, though, then there's this wobble. And we need to get rid of the wobble, because if you have the wobble, you're still an entrepreneur, and we have to really be able to switch that and be able to say, yes, I maybe feel like I'm not of this planet. I may feel like I'm connected with beings from different densities and I'm getting all this amazing information. But then we have to realize that that may be true. And sometimes I'll talk with people who say, like, I'm not of this, like I'm not human. I'm like, well, if you're in this density, and you might not be, I'm fully aware that maybe some issues, but most of the time someone is here, you're in this density, you are on this planet, you are of a physical being, and you need to now figure out how do you take your gifts and bring them here. So I actually know that my life purpose is to help the individuals out there who are these spiritual beings in this very esoteric world and ground it and create the business and be able to marry the two. I actually know that is my actual life calling, which is pretty freaking cool to know. So we have to then be able to figure out, how do we take this esoteric side? How do we take this information we're getting from different densities and be able to come here and share it? And what we have to realize is that we are beings in this density on this planet at this moment, and we do need money. I know a lot of times we say, okay, money's going to go away, the money system and all of that. And I get that money will go away probably at some point. But there always will be some sort of energy exchange. There has to be a balance. So whether it's our physical money that we know of now or some other version of it later, we have to know that that there's always an energy exchange. So we need to get comfortable with the idea that there is an energy exchange between what we do. When we give something, we must receive. Everything on this planet is in balance until man or woman comes in and screws with it. So everything is in balance, right? If we leave nature and the world alone, it just happens. It just creates itself. And then we get in with our minds and the ego, and we get all wobbly, and then things break down. So there's always an energy exchange. So you need to know that, and you need to grasp the fact that even though you may feel like you're from a different planet, a different place, and you've got these beings coming through you, you're channeling, and you've got these amazing gifts, you're still here in this dimension and density, and you still need money. It just is a fact, whatever that might mean, but it is just a fact that we have to somehow figure out how do we marry the two. And it's completely doable to marry the masculine and the feminine of a business and that energy and bring it together and be in alignment with what we're doing. But when we're talking to spiritual entrepreneurs, a lot of you have been on the phone with us already. People are calling and they're like, well, but I don't want to create the money part. I don't want to create the money part. And I don't understand why. And to me, that's very silly to be pushing away the money when you absolutely need it in this density. Like it's mandatory. And if you don't have it, then you're struggling. You're in a low vibration. You're worried all the time. And when you're worried and struggling and in that low vibration, there is not a chance in hell that you can help people. You can't help people when you are in a low vibration. So if you really want to help people, step it up. You have to step it up and put yourself in a high vibration. You have to be able to create abundance in the things that you need in this density on this planet to survive and be happy and thriving. Because only when you are really happy and thriving and at the highest vibration can you serve. You cannot serve when you are worried. You cannot help a drowning person when you are drowning yourself. It doesn't work that way. I think it was Einstein, my other half, Daniel, he's quotes Einstein that you can't solve the problem from the level of the problem. You have to get away from where the problem is. So if you guys are right in the whole like, oh, I don't want money, or money's this and money's that, and you're struggling, stop it. You're not helping yourself, and you cannot serve. You're serving nobody by struggling with money. It just doesn't work that way. And I know we're coming like out of the holidays and like all this money's gone out because we felt we had to give gifts to people and stuff. And now we're like, oh my God, what's happening for 2018? You have to really start to love money and appreciate money and have like this respect for it. You need it. It doesn't make you happy, but it allows you to do the things that do make you happy. If you could, let's just say you meditation, right? I love to meditate. If I could meditate 5 hours a day, sometimes on the weekends I will. And if you can meditate 5 hours and really get into alignment, that's amazing. And then you can go out and serve and raise your vibration, take your raised vibration and go out there. But if you're in this low vibration of worry, it doesn't happen. So how do you get to the point where you can meditate 3-4 hours a day? Well, you need a place to live. You need to be able to eat. You need all those other things. You've got to be able to work with the right spiritual leaders to teach you how to really tap in. And how do you do that? There's an energy exchange called money. So you guys have to get past the fact that you don't need money, because I'm here to tell you that you do. I'm here to tell you that you need it. And it's my responsibility is to figure out, to show you how to marry the two. But that you do need it, and you need to change your perspective, because the more you keep saying you don't need it, you don't want it, you're not doing this for all of that. Thank you, Liza. Liza, this is what you get when you join Mastery. Spiritual Biz Mastery peeps, get the shirts. And so to be able to marry that and get that, you have to have that money piece. And so a lot of times spiritual entrepreneurs come to us. So now we've got the entrepreneurs, or the wantrepreneurs, because you're not an entrepreneur yet if you're still struggling with the money piece. So you're in wobble with how do you create it? You're in wobble of I don't need it. So come to the realization you do need it. Even if you're not completely from, how do I phrase it right? I guess the word is saying that if you feel like you're from a different planet, you feel like you're from a different density, you're traveling in these different grids and getting all this amazing information. That is so cool, but you're still physically here. And while you're physically here in this density, you need those things and you need money. So let's get over that first. You need it. You're here, you need it. When you're on the moon or on some other planet, you may not need it. I don't know, haven't been there. But here we know that we need it. So let's start with that. You absolutely need it. So now how do we marry the two? Some people say, well, I just want to help the people, but they don't want to do an energy exchange. That's not possible. Again, everything on this planet is in balance until we as human beings come in and mess with it. So you've got to keep the flow going. So you have to charge. And this density, it's money, it's physical energy. Money is just physical energy. That was kind of an oxymoron, but anyways, energy is just money. Or money is just energy. It's just an energy exchange. It's just that we've tied so much negativity to the idea of money. But as spiritual entrepreneurs, if we can change how we think about money, wow, what can we do with that money? How do we get out there and then change other things and help other people? Imagine if there was no poverty. And how is there no poverty? We change our vibration about money. Then all the crimes and stuff, things would dissipate because we would all be able to create money at will. So as spiritual entrepreneurs, we need to get past the I don't need the money and just realize that you do need it. You absolutely need it. And you have to be able to create it. And if you're not creating it with your spiritual gifts, then I don't know what you're doing. If you're out working for somebody else at a job that you can't stand, then what are you doing? Like, why is it okay to create money, to create that energy in a place when you're not happy and you're miserable going to this job that you don't love? You need to be doing what you love, what you're passionate about. And when you love it and you're passionate, your clients can feel your vibration. They come to you, they show up, they do an energy exchange. It's beautiful. I watch my clients in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp do it all the time. It's unbelievable how those clients just show up and are at a vibrational match, because my clients have learned the idea that money is just energy. Money is an energy exchange. I go so far as to say money is love, because when someone loves what you do or you love something, what you do, when you love something, you go buy it, even if it's expensive. If you love it, it's the expensive car, the expensive handbag, whatever it is, you're like, oh, I love that. You spend money on it. There's an energy exchange. When people love you and love what you do, there's an energy exchange. And it's a beautiful thing to watch, and it's really easy. It's not that hard. So now we're going to realize that money is good. Money's amazing. Money, I love it. It's here to help this energy exchange that you can get out there and really serve. So understand all of that, and understand then to be an entrepreneur, you need money to be a spiritual entrepreneur. You are creating a business. A business. What does a business need? Business needs some software. Business needs some advertising. Business, you need a coach like me, because I'm pretty awesome at this. And you need to be able to invest in you to do this. If you're trying to create a business on the cheap, because you're stuck in that scarcity mode of money, it's going to take you years, if at all, because the key is for you to change the scarcity mentality before you can do anything. So you have to come from a place, we call it being resourceful. How resourceful are you going to be to change your life? What are you going to do to change your life in 2018? Are you going to continue to live and work in a job that you can't stand so that every morning you get up and you're miserable? Or are you going to get resourceful, figure out what is it that I need to change my life and create a business that's using my gifts that's really going to serve the planet? Because that is why you're here. If you are not serving the planet every day when you get up, if you're not having an impact on hundreds of people every day when you get up in the morning, you need to rethink what you're doing, because that's what we're here for. That's why we have the gifts. And my clients that have gone through Spiritual Biz Bootcamp are just beyond excited. Like Sharnice there, thank you, Sharnice. And so they're excited because why? Because they found their tribe. They get it, and their tribe is doing an energy exchange with them, and it's so exciting. I wake up so excited every morning to be able to come teach my clients and teach you guys and connect with everyone in this Facebook group. It's amazing. It is truly, truly amazing, and I want everyone to have that gift of loving what you do. I like get goosebumps in the morning. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, what I have co-created with the universe is unbelievable. And co-create with you guys, because it's our energy is what makes all this happen. And it's pretty damn incredible. And you guys should all be experiencing that. But the only way you're going to experience that is that if you get out of scarcity mode, who does the angry faces? I'd love to someone just tell me why they're angry. so that you are you are now getting the fact that you have to have money in this density, and just it is. We're here. We're on planet Earth. Most of us are completely human. Most of us. And even if you're not, if you're in this density, you still need the money. So guys, get that you need the money. You have to have it while you're here. B, the money is what raises your vibration, because you're no longer worried and upset. And how are you going to pay the rent? How are you going to pay your car? How are you going to feed the kids? All that worry goes away. As spiritual entrepreneurs, we should be the wealthiest people on the planet, because the wealthy people are the ones that are then able to raise the vibration of the planet and make major changes. So if you really want to help the people in 2018, start your business. But understand that starting your business, you've got to get resourceful if you're in scarcity mode. You cannot create an abundant business from a place of scarcity. It does not work. You have to change the scarcity mode. And you have to be, instead of being scarcity, I don't have, I can't, I don't know, and all this worry and nonsense, change your story. It's time to change your story. It's time to flip it around and be like, I can, I will, I'm creating, I will get resourceful. I will find a way to create my business. I will find a way to join Spiritual Biz Bootcamp. I will find a way to serve thousands of people and get out there and change lives, because that's what I'm meant to do. So that's the tone, the attitude, the excitement that you need to have, the like frustration. Like, you need to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of living a life that isn't fulfilling you, of being in a job that you don't like, of struggling financially. You have to be sick and tired of that to make a change. When you're ready to make a change, change your story. It's simple. I know it's not easy, but it's simple. Change your story, become abundant, get resourceful, figure it out, and be like, there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing this. When we talk to people on the phone, we'll ask them, how committed are you to creating your spiritual business? Like, how ready are you to do this? And do you know that some people will say, we'll ask them, actually the question's a little different. We'll say something like, if you don't create your business, like, what are you going to do? Like, what's going to happen now? And they'll be like, oh, I think I'm just going to stay at my job. I'm like, that's your answer? You can't create your spiritual business? You're going to stay at the job that you hate? Where's the passion? Where's the I must do this? If you guys aren't totally passionate about creating a life that's amazing, then I have to ask you, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? 2018 is just a few days away. How are you going to make 2018 different than before? How are you going to switch it? I want to know who the little sad face is. There's no way there can be sad faces. If you're in my group, there's no sad faces. You're spiritual entrepreneurs. What the heck is going on? There's no sad faces in here. So let's see. There's some comments over here. So see, who did I miss? Oh, I got all sorts of comments. Hey Ben, how are you? Ben is in boot camp, and Summer's on her way into boot camp. Cool. And hello, Niketa. I hope I said your name right. Liza. And then Shernice, yes, Shernice has been amazing. And then Oliver, changing your perspective is such a powerful mindset. Yes, thank you for sharing. Love the way I look at money. I do look at money differently. It's amazing. We have to be abundant. When all the spiritual entrepreneurs are abundant and making money, oh my God, do you know how much you can do? Like, let's think about it this way. How much did you guys donate for Christmas? Just a quick question. You don't have to type it. If you want to type it, you can. What did you do for Christmas? How did you give that wasn't just to friends and family? How did you give to people in need? What were you able to do? Think about that. And then think about if you were abundant, making $10,000, $15,000 a month right now, how much more you could have given. Think about that. That's huge. I was able to do a beautiful donation for Christmas, but I do that every month. But like, it's like, what could you have given more if you were abundant? If all the spiritual entrepreneurs want to help the people and give back had money to do that, everyone on the planet would have water. We'd be paying to have wells built. We would be paying to have families have food. We would be paying for kids to go to school. I mean, just think about it, because we're here to help. That's what we want to do, right? We want to help the people. If you want to help the people, create abundance so you can give back and do it. There's really no, I don't know what else we're doing. And thank you for Shanice saying I'm an amazing coach. And Danica, also in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp. And Liza, hilarious. And Ben as well in boot camp. Cool. All right. And boot camp has changed Shernice's life, which is awesome. So yes, we should come up with a joint charity. Actually, I'm planning, like, all the Spiritual Biz Boot Camp and Mastery clients are going to be making so much money. We will actually end up creating something that will have major impact. as a group. That will be really cool. So, all right, guys. Well, I am going to go spend some time with my loved ones because it's still kind of a holiday week. But if you guys are ready to make the change, book your call with us, Spiritual Biz Bootcamp. I'll post the link to my free training. Watch the training first to make sure that you're a fit, because the scarcity thing doesn't work. I don't have, I can't, I don't know, doesn't work. You guys have got to be ready. You've got to be like ready to change your life and get what it takes to be a spiritual entrepreneur. It takes spiritual entrepreneurs to get that money is needed, not only for you to live and to be at a high vibration, but it's needed to create a business. You can't create a business with nothing. It doesn't work that way. And I know, sometimes people say like, how do I create a business with no funds? And it's like, I'm like, go get resourceful, get some funds together and then create a business, because you really can't be successful if you don't have some energy of money at your fingertips to be able to put back into your business. It just doesn't work. So get resourceful, figure it out, save, stop going to Starbucks, put that money aside, save, stop going to buy those extra shoes and things that feel like, oh, it feels better when you buy them. Start saving for your business. That should be what you're doing. You're saving to create your business so that you can get out there and change lives. So if you guys are ready to create that six-figure business, I'll put the link, watch the training. At the end, there's the link to book the call with us, or private message me, whatever works best, and I will put you in contact with my team. And I will see you before the new year. So you guys have a beautiful day. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, and love to all of you guys, and see you soon.